welcome to the Wayfaring Panda. I'm Annette. Today I'm making a card using this embossing folder from Spellbinders called Flowers and Leaves, and then I'm trying to use pigment powders, and this is called Perfect Pearls, and it's the first time I'm using them. I just got them in a delivery. So first of all, I tried running it through and using my VersaMark ink and using the purple on the flowers and the green on the leaves, but it just kind of ran together, so that didn't work. And also the purple I was using is a darker purple that I was not trying to go for. I wanted more of a springy color, so I'm doing a little bit different. So I'm using my VersaMark ink to go over the embossing folder. I'm doing the deboss side, so the part that's flat, not the raised flowers. And also, if you get Perfect Pearls in a set, which some of mine did, they also come with a little ink pad called Perfect Medium. You could also use that. Next, I'm going to use the brush that came with my Perfect Pearls to brush on the Perfect Pearl powder. And this is the Biscotti color, so it's off-white. And you kind of just brush it on to where you had the ink. And the VersaMark ink is on the flat part, not where it's raised. And so that'll cover the background and make it a little bit shiny. And the reason you use the VersaMark ink or the Perfect Medium is so that the powder has something to stick to. Now also you can kind of spray it a little bit with water when you're finished, just a light mist to help set it. But I'm going to watercolor to get the colors that I actually wanted on my flowers. Once you apply the Perfect Pearls to your card, you want to go over it again with a light brush and just go over lightly to dust off any excess powder that got anywhere you don't want or where you got it where it's not sticking to the VersaMark ink. And this is the brush that came with the set that I got. And now I'm going to paint my embossed images with this paint set that I got. It's called a Metallic Pastel Accents, and it's from Art Philosophy, and I purchased this at a cherry on top. And I'll put a link of all the products that I'm using in the description below. Some of them will be affiliate links. They don't cost you anything extra to use, but I do get a small commission from any sales that the links generate, and that helps support my website and my videos. I'm just using a small watercolor brush to paint on the colors, and I'm making the larger flowers purple. Then I go around and paint the inside of my flowers with yellow. And I kind of did that because since this is a white cardstock, it's hard to see the images. Actually, it'd be kind of easier if you kind of turn the card, but then you wouldn't be able to see what I was doing. So I'm trying to keep my head away from the card so you can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, now if you weren't filming it, it'd be easy to see because you can lean over and look at the card a little closer, but I didn't want to get my head in the way. Then I'm trying the green paint on some of the vines and the leaves, and then I use the blue on the smaller flowers. I just did part of the card first to see how it was all looking together, and then I liked it, so then I continued doing the whole thing with those colors. Of course, I'm speeding it up because it did take me quite a bit of time to do, especially since I couldn't lean over and look at the card. Now, I don't know if you can see the shine that is on the kind of looks like white part of the card where I did the Perfect Pearls, but it did make it shiny, and I'm pretty sure you can see the shine from the paint on the flowers and the leaves, and that shows up really well. So this is a good way to make a shiny and kind of metallic type card if you don't want to buy one of those laminators or a foil press, because I don't want to buy any extra machines. So this is a good way to have that kind of metallic look, or using metallic paper would also work well. I have seen people use the metallic watercolors in the past, so I had to put in an order for a cherry on top for some things that I needed. So I saw this was on sale, so I went ahead and got it. And I'm glad I did because I really like this set. It has a lot of really pretty pastel colors, and it goes really well with this embossing folder. And you could probably do other colors if you wanted to make this more of a fall card. You could do darker colors, or maybe do kind of brown and yellow to make it look more like Mom's. This video is part of a YouTube hop with Embossing Folder Fridays. I'll have a list of all the participants in the description below so that you can hop along to the next person on the hop. Today's theme was flourish or paisley, and I didn't have paisley and I just got this one, and I don't know if you can tell from the picture that I'm painting, but there's kind of roundish circular type things that look like it's probably the stem of the flowers, and so I'm counting that as a flourish. For my sentiment, I'm using this sentiment that I cut out with my brother's Scan and Cut, and actually drew it with a pen and then cut it out, called Sending Love. And then I'm just going over the inside of it with this Nuvo metallic marker, which is another way you can get a metallic look on your card. And this one is called Raspberry Tart, which kind of goes with the reddish purple color that I used on the flowers. I found this card base in my stash, and it says Life is Beautiful with You, which I think is a stamp from the Lawn Fawn Swan Soiree stamp set. And it looks like I had stamped this in the portrait, and I probably wanted it to go landscape on the card that I made. So this is why this was in the stash. But my card front can be landscape or portrait, so this works. So that's why I save things like this. When I stamp it wrong, I'll just use it in the future. So when you do embossing, you probably want to use a liquid glue because you have all these indentations on the paper. So a liquid glue will get it to stick better than if you use tape. So I'm just using my Nuvo Deluxe glue to do that. I decided it would look good if I pop up the sentiment off the card, so I'm using some chipboard that I cut in rectangles with some double-sided tape, and that makes it a little bit more eco-friendly than using foam squares. But if you have foam squares or pop dots or glue dots, you can use those to pop up your sentiment. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd really appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel. If you are a subscriber, I want to thank you so much for your continued support, and I hope everyone has a fantastic day.